So the IDF are vastly expanding their Gaza territory that they are having control of. It's a buffer zone, they're describing it as, but it's set now to include all of Rafah city. So here's what we have as the latest on this story, because obviously it's a pretty dramatic change to the current situation. During operations in Gaza in recent weeks, the IDF has been vastly expanding its buffer zone along the borders with the Strip, which is set to include this entire city of Rafah, around 20% of the Palestinian enclave. Troops are in the midst of establishing the so-called Morag corridor between Rafah and Khan Yunis. The IDF also issued evacuation warnings for the entire Rafah area several weeks ago. Now, once this Morag corridor is established, and I'll get a map up for you to have a look at this in a moment, but once the corridor is established, the IDF buffer zone in southern Gaza will stretch from the Egypt border, which is known as the Philadelphia corridor area, to the outskirts of Khan Yunis, around 5 kilometers, which is 3.1 miles away, and includes the entire city of Rafah within it. And here you can see in Arabic, the IDF have showing the area that they are going to take under their control. Now, this is obviously being written as a warning to the Gazans to leave the area, basically, because the IDF have decided that this is an area they need for security reasons. The buffer zone elsewhere on the border with Gaza is also being expanded from several hundred meters to around 2 kilometers in most areas. And it can be the expanded buffer zone can be seen on the IDF's evacuation warning maps issued to Palestinians in recent weeks. Now, the question, of course, is why is this so important? There was kind of, during the ceasefire, a sense of, Israel has largely done its most of its mission and dramatically degraded Hamas, and now we might start to assume there's going to be a withdrawing from the area. Looks like that's starting to change now. Israel's coming to the obvious realization that the situation is simply going to repeat itself again and again if they just evacuate, if Israel leaves. More than that, they still need to put pressure on Hamas. And the thing that will put the most pressure on Hamas is on a war that was initiated to try and gain territory and invade Israel, God forbid. They're now going to be losing territory. So this will be extremely demoralizing to them. But I would also add a third thing, which is that beyond any security need for Israel to do this, beyond any strategic way to try and pressure Hamas into releasing the hostages and surrendering, there's a far greater reason why I think this move should be supported, and that Israel has the right to all of Gaza, which is that this is Jewish land. Gaza is Jewish land. It's time for us to start explaining and calling out the nonsense that the Jews are the colonizers. Actually, the Arabs are the colonizers of the land of Israel, including Gaza. And Jews have said for 100 years we're happy to live alongside the Arabs, even to let them have their own state. But just on one condition, that they not try to kill us and destroy our ability to live in peace and security in our ancient, God-given homeland. They've blown it. They've blown the opportunity, and now let's honour the truth of who this land really belongs to. It belongs to the nation and the people of Israel, who have no issue with non-Jews living in this area, provided they respect the Jewish people and the Jewish people's rights to live in security and in peace. The big mistake that people make is thinking that Israel is somehow the aggressor and that the Arab side is just responding and resisting. Study the history and you'll see that cause and effect is the entire opposite. There's been Arab anti-Semitism and aggression and violence and desire for genocide, and the Jewish people have had to respond to that time and time again. So much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.